I want to preface this video by saying, first and foremost, that I usually do watch a lot of incel stuff. I do read their memes and I do read the comments in their clips and stuff like that, because I want to kind of be able to, when I want to talk about them and talk about subjects about them or adjacent to them, I want to know what I'm talking about, right? I'm not going to bullshit people. It's just not who I am. And I'm always a little shocked when I go through the comments, because a lot of the time there are females commenting. Now, half of them are, again, brohos living in mommy's basement, scratching themselves. But about half of them are real women, real girls. They usually look like one of three types of women: Dolores Umbridge, Miss Piggy, and Blow-tox Barbie, right? The blow up doll lips, the really bad plastic surgery, lots of makeup, liposuction. Again, these seem to be the three main types that seem to be in the comments somewhere. I rarely see any videos from the Dolores Umbridge, Miss Piggy types. And I was shocked to see one the other day. This woman didn't fit any of the, the weird stereotypes that we see for the kind of women that would normally go for these broho, I am alpha male, hear me roar types. Then to look at her husband, he wasn't one of them either. So I was a little bit like, okay, let me listen to what she has to say. And what she said was that the basic, incel broho stuff about how a man is a man, a woman is a woman, and how a man should be a woman's knight in shining armor, and she should be his cheerleader. And the reason marriages don't work, according to her, is because a man is supposed to be the knight in shining armor at all times, and the woman is supposed to be his cheerleader at all times. I couldn't help but kind of laugh, because we got the right to vote in 1920, ladies. And we weren't even allowed to be cheerleaders until 1923. Yeah, that's right. The University of Minnesota was the first university to allow female cheerleaders. It was another 20 years before pretty much almost every high school in the country finally allowed female cheerleaders. So I just thought this was comical, that here was her advice on how to keep your man happy, and then she's on and on about it like she's living the best life ever. And maybe she is. Maybe he listens to her. Or maybe she just likes to follow him around like a puppy dog. But to give you a good visual, he's an apprentice. He doesn't have a degree, right? I watched some of her other videos just to kind of get a good idea of who I'm talking about. And he's, as an apprentice, I don't think they make more than 20, 25 bucks an hour in major cities. I think they make way, way less elsewhere. And it's great if you want to go into trades. We need tradesmen. That is true. But we need to stop like this idea that tradesmen make good money, because it takes about 10 years for them to earn master carpenter, master mason, master plumber. Most of them don't earn it even in the 10 years. The average is about 15 years to earn it, 10 to 15 years. In that time frame, a guy who graduated college is making double before he's even made master. It's just the way it is. I'm all for you wanting to do that, and a master plumber can make way more money in the long run. But it's not really that all guys earn that level of qualification either, right? At least an engineer, once they make mid-level, they're making better money than any apprentice or intermediate in any of the trades. And I'm not downplaying that he's a tradesman. What I'm pointing out is she's not really a princess and he's not really a knight in shining armor. But yet we're tooting the horn of the idea that we're going to be these type of women that, oh, you got to be his cheerleader. First of all, men used to be the cheerleaders. So if you're a man, you need to be a cheerleader too. You need to support your wife. If you want to have a wife, you need to be able to give her the respect that she's due. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's the reason that so many women wanted better women's rights and wanted the right to divorce. They wanted somebody that respected them, and they taught their daughters to want someone to respect them. So the idea of glorifying somehow this uneven, inequitable relationship and using the idea that a cheerleader is going to be the example while you yourself don't even look like Blow-tox Barbie. Nobody would select you to be a cheerleader. You're lucky he did. He probably couldn't get a Blow-tox Barbie, if we're being honest. Gotta have a lot of money if you're going to be a man that's not that good looking and you want a Blow-tox Barbie. We need to get this nonsense out of these people's heads. First of all, the economy doesn't allow for it. The ultra rich have sucked up 98% of the money. You can't live a fair life off of one income anymore. You can try. More power to you. My bet is with their 3 or 4 kids and him working as an apprentice, yeah, they're on SNAP. They're collecting WIC. Their kids are on free school lunches. I'm okay with that. That's what I pay my taxes for, to help people like them. I'm not okay with them pretending that that's how life should be for everyone. And you ought to be worried that you keep pitching this in 20 years, he'll have enough money where he can go get Blow-tox Barbie. As always, think about it. Peace.